Hey, fellow babies, welcome back to Pachter Factor on SIFTD.net. We are very pleased if you're a Patreon patron, and thank you for your support. If you have an Amazon Prime account, you can sign up for a Twitch Prime account and link the two. It will cost you nothing, and Amazon/Twitch will pay us something. So you can support us just by linking those two accounts. The instructions are in the show description below. And if you're watching on YouTube, you can subscribe on YouTube and get the show real time. If you aren't an Amazon Prime member and you just can't deal with funding this show, you're watching this a week late on YouTube, we thank you for your interest, and I insist that you follow me on Twitter at Michael Pachter. But other than that, that's the price of admission. So thank you for joining us. Let's get on to today's question. From Sifted from Deus Zero. At E3 21, Microsoft revealed that Starfield will be an Xbox exclusive. Do you think this was the start of a trend for all Bethesda games, or is Microsoft just testing the waters? You know, Microsoft held a private event a week before E3, and you know they were telling us kind of basic stuff about Game Pass, stuff that was all announced. And we had a Q&A session, and my question for them was exactly that. You know, are we going to get Bethesda games as an Xbox exclusive going forward, or is there a pre-existing contract with Sony that says you have to publish, you know, some games like Elder Scrolls 6 or something, or the next Doom or the next Fallout on PlayStation? And they said, oh, you'll get your answer on Sunday. So Starfield exclusive. They think they were clever. They answered me, yes, they're exclusive. I don't think that they have precluded the fact that maybe there's a contract outstanding with Sony. So I don't know the answer. I think it's Microsoft's intention to make every game exclusive. But if Bethesda signed a contract with Sony that predated the Microsoft acquisition of Bethesda, then that game is going to show up on PlayStation. So we're just going to have to wait and see. My expectation is that any game that hasn't been announced yet, that's not like the next one in a series, will be Xbox exclusive. And the ones that are next one in a series, like Fallout, like Elder Scrolls, may be under contract. I'd say 50-50 chance. So odds are probably 1, 2, maybe 3 Bethesda games will show up on PlayStation in the next 3 or 4 years, and then nothing thereafter. Expect that everything will be Xbox exclusive thereafter. But I expect that Microsoft paid $6 billion because they plan to put all games on Xbox only and on Game Pass day and date. And I think that Microsoft's new model is pay me $10 a month forever. You know, I think it's 15 nominally or something, right? Is it? No, it's that. Pay me $10 a month. It's 15 including Xbox Live. So pay me $10 a month forever, and you'll get every game we make, and that includes, you know, Doom, Elder Scrolls, Wolfenstein. God, they have so many games. And actually, I think the big surprise that came out of Microsoft was, you know, that they're going to have about a game a month the rest of this year. Bethesda's actually backed up with really good stuff. So, you know, I know that Pete Hines will deny it, but Elder Scrolls is actually coming. It's coming eventually. So, yeah, I think, in fact, you will not be able to play those things on PlayStation. More interesting to me, though, and you didn't ask this question, you said Xbox exclusive. I would say Game Pass exclusive and or Xbox exclusive. Microsoft made an announcement that nobody noticed, that Game Pass subscribers could play on any PC, phone, or tablet. And what was missing from that press release was no Xbox required. And I confirmed that with the company. So Microsoft is going to let you stream games to any device without an Xbox. Now, the question you'd ask is, why would I do that? You know, why I want to play Xbox games and I want to play them on an Xbox, and I get it. And obviously with the Xbox controller and with your local CPU, GPU in your Xbox. But if you're playing a single player game, and you know, that is kind of all Bethesda games. I mean, if you're playing a single player game and you just want to play it and have fun, can you imagine, like, skip the $400 upfront Xbox purchase and just sign up for Game Pass and play away? That's a pretty good deal. So, you know, they haven't said anything about this yet, but ultimately, I think they're going to get, you know, tens of millions more Game Pass subscribers if they keep producing content at the rate that they're producing it. And, you know, put that in context of a streaming video service like HBO. You know, they don't have that much. They have older movies, you know, lots of them, but they have a new TV show that you care about maybe every 3 months. And it's kind of like, once you finish watching Game of Thrones, then you rotate into Westworld. And once you finish watching Westworld, you rotate into watching Curb Your Enthusiasm. But I find myself actually watching more HBO content that I never heard of and didn't care about, like Mayor of Easttown. It was fine. But I don't think I would have watched it, or the Nevers, which I actually enjoyed, but I don't think I would have watched it, or Watchmen, which I very much enjoyed, but I don't think I would have watched it had I not subscribed to HBO. And I would not have subscribed to HBO to watch Watchmen, but then I watched it and loved it. So HBO's hook is we just kind of keep content coming every 3 months, and we string it out, one episode a week for a while. And if you watch a 10-week series in 10 weeks and you have to wait 3 weeks for the next one, you never quit. And they're right. And I think Game Pass is headed for that. So their idea is give everybody something they want every 3 months or so. Always have a game that you want to play. The real trick on Xbox Live is all the Xbox Game Pass is keep all the catalog content pumping and have lots of free-to-play content. Like if you could play GTA Online without a Xbox, what the hell? Why not? And I think they're going to have, they do have Apex Legends and Fortnite, they have everything else. So I think once they get you used to filling your in-between time playing all those other things, and they're good enough at tracking your progress and making sure that it works across devices and stuff, you're going to do it. So I'm a big fan of Game Pass. I don't think any other company can pull this off. If they call that the Netflix of gaming, this is not like Amazon's going to come along and do the same thing. They're not. Amazon will offer streaming, not a subscription. They will never buy the content required to support a subscription. They're already doing it in television and music. It's just too hard. So I don't see it. It's just really hard to create all your own content. And, I think that exclusives is really what makes a service stand out. But as you know, like music services, they all have the same songs because the music companies are willing to license to everybody. The various streaming services, everybody pulls back their own content and keeps it exclusive. So Microsoft will certainly do that. But I think that it's going to be really hard for an EA or Ubisoft or an Activision to have their own streaming service. They just don't have enough content. And, we're seeing that even with some of the streaming services now. Apple doesn't have much. Hulu doesn't have much. Peacock just announced this week they're pulling back all their movies from HBO. Peacock is Comcast, NBC, Universal. Universal movies were on HBO, and they're pulling them back beginning in 2022 and putting them on Peacock. So, I don't think anybody's going to actually thrive with a subscription service. And I think that, that exclusives are going to be only Xbox. It makes it too expensive, too hard for anybody to compete favorably. So I expect that Game Pass will really be the only streaming subscription. And Microsoft's got deep pockets. They'll spend whatever it takes to get this stuff. So think of them. They really are like the Netflix of streaming. They're actually more closely analogous to HBO because they're going to put something out every 3 months as opposed to a bunch of crappy content like Netflix. There's a new show on Netflix every day, but most of them are things like YOU. Trust me, if you missed it, it saved you 10 hours of your life. You don't need to watch it. Thanks for joining us on Pachter Factor on SIFTD.net. Particularly if you are a Patreon patron, thank you for your support. Thank you if you have figured out how to link your Twitch Prime account to your Amazon Prime account. We're getting paid by Amazon. That's great of them to support us. Thank you if you are a YouTube subscriber, and if you are neither a YouTube subscriber or a Patreon patron and you're too lame to figure out how to link your Twitch Prime account to your Amazon Prime account, at least let's have a follow on Twitter at Michael Pachter. Let me know that I shamed you into following me, and I will give you a shout out on Twitter. Thanks again. See you next time.